Hi. In Real Studio, you pretty much can use any control you want that's part of the platform that you're targeting. Right now, this is Mac OS 10 and Cocoa. And one of the controls that we're trying to use is a search field. And I have both fields I want to work by pressing either the return or enter key. So let's put a different website in here, say Google, and I'll hit return to go to its page. I want to do the same thing here with the search field. Let's say I want to search ball. However, when I hit return, nothing happens. Well, the events for the field are pretty straightforward, but for the ball or for the search field, they're not, because to use this particular control, it's a class file or a superclass of the rect control, and the events that are available for it are very few and in between. So it takes a little thinking to get this to work. So that's what my video is for today. So let's take a look at a project here. So we're going to be using a Cocoa control by a plugin manufacturer, but you can also do so with declare statements. As you can see, our regular field here has a number of events, including the keydown, which triggers us to load the URL into the HTML view. However, to access the events, we have to use a class file. And as you can see, this is our class, and the superclass is a NSSearchField. And we have what is called the action event. The text should begin editing event, or text should end editing event. And these are the only three events we have. So we have actually no access to a key down or key up event. So we have to actually think of a different way of doing this. Well, one way is we can use keyboard events if we look in the language reference. So let's open that up. And by simply typing keyboard, we get keyboard events. And there's a number of key codes listed here. And you can also go through them. And there is also a number of properties that we can use. Well, this is probably the one that we're going to go for. So, first of all, I've already looked through that big long list that we saw over here, and it goes on for a while. So, I've discovered the two keys that we want, and I have them right here. I'm going to paste those right into our editor. And so we have the enter key and the return key. So if we look at this, and let's take a sub look. So we're looking to see if keyboard dot, let's see if it sort of auto compiles here, because this is a long entry. Key down, there we go, so we could hit the tab key. And so this will take a key, and our first key here, as I said, we have up here is an enter key, so we can just paste that in there. So this, oops, we'll check if it's the enter key, and if we put in or, and let's just copy and paste what we already put down. Excuse me. And now put in the return key. And let's just paste that in there. And put then and if. Now, this particular object, the search field, should be able to take a key event of either return or enter. And let's try it really fast by just putting a simple message box event there. We'll say fired. So let's try it really fast. So Okay, we already have I have it so it loads a web page when you first start up. So let's search baseball. And on the return key, it says fired. And now let's try the enter key. Again, fired. Okay. Well, now that we know it works, we can now do our search field for searching the internet. I already have a method for that I have already made. Web SG for web search Google. And this takes a string value. And the string value for this particular control has a value called string value, which returns a string. So we'll put that in that. We'll hit save, and we'll run it. And let's first load a web page. So let's go to, say, Apple. And as you can see, here's Apple. And in our search event, let's say we want to see Major League Baseball. MLB. We went to Google. You can see the search field worked. And we can click the page. And there we are. So it works. So that's how you actually can get a key event within a custom control that is a classed or superclassed control, such as that search field.